A different scene tonight in Fort Pierce. Police were prepared for possible protests over the decision not to indict two officers in the shooting death of DeMarcus Seymour, an unarmed black man.
These officers, though, will not be returning to work just yet. Meanwhile, calls for change to try to make sure this does not happen again.
Megan McRoberts with the proposal and the new details about what happened 5 months ago.
Figured I could count on the judicial system today, and they really let me down.
Latricia Middleton learned Tuesday the officers who shot and killed her son would not be indicted.
To look at him in his casket, that was the worst day of my life, picking a casket out for him.
Middleton listened to Fort Pierce pastors promise the community they would push for change following this decision, announcing plans to push for a community review board to evaluate police complaints, the use of body and dash cameras, and more involvement of the FDLE in police investigations. Fort Pierce's top cop not commenting tonight on this request or the clearing of her officers. Representative Larry Lee also announced plans to write a bill to make grand juries more open to the public.
I mean, he was no threat. He was a good boy.
A summary of the grand jury's decision Tuesday shows jurors learned Seymour was not armed and that officers may have mistaken a cell phone for a weapon. A summary also shows one officer shot at Seymour after he ran the officer over following a traffic stop. The jury finding it reasonable to presume he was trying to flee to avoid arrest for marijuana found in the car. The other officer shooting when he wasn't sure where the gunfire was coming from. Jurors still believed officers had a reason to think he was a threat. Middleton now looking for justice by pushing
God give me
for
life
change.
in my body, I'm gonna fight peacefully, though.
That was our Megan McRoberts reporting. The jury also recommended more use of dash and body cameras and the training to go along with using them. They also recommended more community outreach and situational training. The officers remain on paid leave and will still be the subject of an internal investigation into any possible policy violations. Pastors today are also supporting the Department of Justice reviewing the investigation.
Federal